If you would like to make a call, please hang up and try again.
Oh my god!
Hello everyone, my name is Mies. This is my first video in my Tarkov series. This is a terrible time, but probably not a better time to release this video. As everyone's home and hanging out, waiting for this to pass over. I've been streaming since 2013 on and off. I've never streamed full-time or often. This video will be slightly longer, but I will try to keep all the future videos under 15 minutes. I have not watched many videos on Tarkov because I do not want to change or influence my videos, nor do I want to feel like if I've copied somebody. There's a good chance I'll offer a different perspective on many topics already covered. I've played Escape from Tarkov since 2018. I've learned a lot about the game and how much progress has been made since then, like Tagged and Cursed, for instance.
What's that he's saying?
Well, I think he's saying she's a hatchling.
They can tell that.
I've played on and off since the release, and I've been following the devs since I started streaming back in 2013, 2014. I don't recall the exact time. I've never been so excited to play a game like this. The game has been unplayable back then, in its then current state, and today the game is at its highest peak ever, minus some bugs and some stutters and other just design flaws. Yes, this game is not perfect, but it offers so much potential. There's a quote-unquote chaos that everyone gets from Tarkov, from the learning curve to just simply playing it at first. You'll quickly realize that this game is not Call of Duty. Even if you see a maniac running around destroying everyone like it's COD Deathmatch, it's probably not going to be you on day one, and it's still not most people on their 100,000th hour. So I'm not the best player, not even close. I feel like my shit gets pushed in all the time, but I want everyone to learn the game like I did and understand Tarkov's quirky nature like I have as well.
You take the blue pill, you take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
And if you want to catch me live, you can follow me at twitch.tv/Miesits, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes Saturday, other days, who knows. Come ask questions, hang out. The link is in the description below. So, are you ready? You ready to continue this video? Please don't say no.
Get in the car, I'll go and I'll take you to your dad's shop, okay? He's busy right now.
No.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
For some time now, I've been watching other streamers. They do not offer much perspective in the way looking at trading is a potential must-know while playing, or at least that I've seen. So what I've looked at for months now is a flea market analysis based on trades. This chart will give you a better understanding on price points and differences in cost savings and profit, ideally based around vendor trades, which is composed in the Google Sheet, which is linked in the description below. Which will be explained further in this video. The Google Sheet is updated essentially every day within a few hours. It will give you most of the trades I found necessary to purchase, examine, and find the necessary profit and cost savings to enter a raid the most effective way. I will be making many improvements to the sheet over time. I feel there still needs to be a lot of work done, and if you have input or want to ask questions about it, come ask me in stream or ask in the comments below. Hopefully it'll give new players and veterans a different perspective and open the door for building some rubes in the bank and not going broke. Okay, in the Google Sheet, it seems very complicated, but I assure you after this video you'll fully understand, or at least I hope you do. Okay, in the first example, I'm going to use the AK-74N by Proper Level 2. The trader, the level needed to use this trade, and the trade itself. Okay, in this next section you have 3 columns, Trader, Flea, and Trade, marked by 3 colored boxes, green, yellow, and red. Green meaning 10 to 15% cost effectiveness against the other 2. Yellow meaning sometimes 15 to 20% cost effective against the other 2. And red, almost never cost effective, which is greater than 20%. And lastly, gray meaning no data provided. Alright, in the third section, you'll notice 3 money values which are notated at the top of the column data to help you find it easier. On the left, trader cost will give the approximate amount it will cost for you to build or purchase this weapon from a vendor. All the currencies I converted in rubles for ease of accessibility. In the middle, average cost flea market is a 24-hour average flea cost, which serves very little purpose at the moment, but will give you reference of volatility. And on the right is its current price. The current price is the most recent updated price for that item. Easy, right? Last part. Here to God, bigger boy. This is the meat of the trade analysis I've worked on. In the trade item column, notates all the trade items needed for that trade, followed by the number of items needed. In the third column, average cost will give you 24-hour average cost, which again serves very little purpose as of now, except that not all prices will be as low as the current price to give some perspective. Next, the current price of buying one item of the trade items needed for that trade that is the lowest updated price. The second from the last column is the total approximate cost of all trade items multiplied by how many needed to determine the total cost for a set of trade items. And lastly, the total price, which is estimated to its current price, which that price fluctuates, is all the trade items multiplied by their quantities needed and added all together. I've tried my best to explain as best as possible for everyone to understand. If you didn't, the next section is more specific to my thought process. It gives more graphical analyzation and might help you understand better on why this analysis is just fucking awesome. Let's take a look at the AK-74N Level 2 proper, which we've seen previously in this spreadsheet. The base AK-74N proper sells for 38,239 rubles. The black variant is up for trade for 5 packs of Apollo cigarettes in order to trade for that weapon. At the time of making this video, it costs roughly 3,800 per pack, multiplied by 5, totaling 19,000 rubles. And for the flea market average for that weapon, at the time of making this video, is 30,625. Now let's look at the data like you would in the spreadsheet. The vendor cost is 38,239 rubles. 5 Apollo cigarette packs are 19,000 rubles, and the average flea cost is 30,625. The difference of the vendor versus flea is a savings of 7,614. The flea versus the vendor, or trader, is 11,625 rubles. And the most cost-effective purchase would be buying the items via trade for a net savings of 19,239 rubles. Now the spreadsheet offers some more value when looked at trade items that are decked out. For instance, the M4A1 sub. 2. Trade by mechanic. Level 1 for 1 pro kill medallion. The cost to buy, sell the base parts, and upgrade yourself via traders would cost roughly 229,000 rubles. And buying the pro kill at the time of this video is just 125,000 rubles. Let's take a closer look. The base cost of the M4A1 standard in USD roughly equals out to 62,000 rubles. To upgrade all the parts that are currently on the trade weapon would cost 194,000 rubles. Selling the base parts not needed would give you a buyback of 35,631 rubles. The total cost is roughly 229,616 rubles. And the pro kill is 125,000 rubles, which is a difference of 104,000. Currently, the most cost-effective method for this weapon would be purchasing the pro kill. If you find this trade to be useless, hear me out. If you spend 125,000 rubles for this M4A1 and sell all the upgraded parts, you will increase the difference greater if you sold the scopes and other base items on the flea market. And wait, there's more! You still have a base M4A1 to use at your leisure. That's pretty cool, huh? Now for more popular items, and a necessity in this game, the med case, which is traded at level 2 therapists. The therapist sells the med case for 518,000, and the average flea cost is roughly 450,000. In the trade, buying the items off the flea market would cost roughly 340,216. Now let's analyze this like we would on the spreadsheet. The vendor cost is 518,956, and the trade item's total estimated cost is 340,216, and the average cost is 450,000 rubles. That's a net difference for the vendor versus flea market of 68,956. And the flea versus the vendor or trader is 109,784. And the vendor versus the trade is the net difference of 178,740 rubles, which is obviously the most cost-effective way of purchasing this item. If you look at all the items and the respective trades for each of the raids, it's possible to save thousands of rubles over the course of a wipe. Granted, the trades will change, the flea market will vary, and eventually some items will no longer be worth the trade any longer. Before I finish up, let's go over some small limitations that might seem obvious to most, but it's better to explain it anyways. The calculations that are being done are based on real-time numbers, but only at the lowest at that time. For instance, if the trade requires 15 of that item and the lowest is bought, it may cost you more, thus decreasing the net difference. I will add the net differences of each in the future. It's hard to determine the volatility of a video game market, let alone in real life. If that was the case, everyone would be rich from stocks on Wall Street. Not currently as of today, sadly. RIP COVID-19. On the Vendor C tab, I've calculated the base items purchase and upgraded the items, and selling the items not needed for a total cost. I have not yet used the flea market to find the best sellback items as of yet, which I hope to add in the future. Some of the modded trades are rarely worth the cost of a Bitcoin or high price items. However, looking at the value of the items purchased and the sellback values on the flea or against vendors may give you profit when purchasing the item. Now, some items may hold no value to you for your preference and modifications, and the prices are subjective in this case, and may give you no reason to purchase or trade. Remember that when USD and Euro prices conversion rates update, the changes of USD and Euro price items change as well. So those items may not be updated for a few days. So if you see things change, a couple hundred rubles will not make any difference in the spreadsheet. And one last thing is that a lot of the trade items, their respective items on the flea market, some of them are already fully modded at a lower cost. You need to check that out before going ahead and making these purchases. Some come with scopes, rounds of ammunition, especially expensive ammunition. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I've worked over a month on this, originally calculating every figure on the spreadsheet for thousands of numbers for each trade item, and then using a sampled standard deviation to determine the way to calculate the best trades. Then I found a way to upgrade it more quickly for your convenience. If you liked the video or hated it, let me know why in the comments below or during one of my streams. And then again, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes Saturday, some other days, who the fuck knows. But usually I start around 6 p.m. Come check me out. And again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.